Hello all, and welcome back to another episode of Zach's Anime Reviews. Now, I know it's been a while, been a few weeks, and I know first week I was lazy, as per usual. Second week I actually had a cold, so I didn't really feel like doing one then. The third week I was lazy, but I also had a cough, so I was constantly coughing. I don't think you guys would appreciate it if I had been coughing every 5 seconds during the episode. So, anyway. So here I'm back again. And the anime I'm going to be reviewing for this episode is The Testament of Sister New Devil, otherwise known as Shinmai Maou no Testament. This anime has 2 seasons, currently. I don't know if there's going to work for any others. A couple OVAs for each season, or an OVA or 2 for each season. So the first season, The Testament of Sister New Devil, aired January 8th, 2015 to March 26th, 2015, and has 12 episodes. The second season, The Testament of Sister New Devil Burst, is 10 episodes long and aired October 10th, 2015 to December 12th, 2015. Now, so I don't know what the new trend with anime is of splitting up a show that you could have just made 20 episodes into 2 parts and separate them by the winter break or the summer break, because you guys know what I'm talking about. It seems like the new trend with animes is, here's your first season. The second season picks up directly where the first season let off. But they had to split it to a second season and had to put it a couple months afterwards. It's if you guys, why? I don't know. Anyway. For the synopsis for Testament of Sister New Devil. Running into your new stepsister in a bathroom is not the best way to make a good first impression, which Basara Tojo learns the hard way. When his father suddenly brings home 2 beautiful girls and introduces them as his new siblings, he has no choice but to accept them into his family. The Naru's sisters, Bussy redhead Mio, and petite silver-haired Maria. Okay. But then, again, I can't read today. But when these seemingly normal girls reveal themselves as demons, Mio, the former demon lord's only daughter, and Maria, her trusted succubus servant, Basara is forced to reveal himself as a former member of the clan of Heroes, sworn enemies of the demons. However, having begun to care for his new sisters, Basara instead decides to protect them with his powers and forms a master-servant contract with Mio to keep watch over her. With the heroes observing their every move and a constant threat of hostile demons, Basara has to do the impossible to protect his new family members. However, the protector himself is hiding his own dark secrets that still haunt him to this day. So that's the 3 synopsis for the first season. Second season. It's hard being the older stepbrother of a pair of demonic sisters. It's even harder having to defend them from the power-hungry denizens of the demonic underworld. Such is the life of Basara Tojo, and he's done a pretty decent job of managing it so far. Shinmai Maou no Testament Burst directly follows the events of the previous season, which Basara and his sisters Mio and Maria Naruse attempting to enjoy a somewhat normal life. The best laid plans of demons and men oft go awry, however, and Basara, Mio, and their friends begin to face a number of new threats. As the situation couldn't get complicated enough, Maria's older sister, Rukia, shows up, insisting that Basara and Naruse, the Naruse sisters, must come to the realm of demons. Whew. Okay. So that's kind of quite a lot of mouthfuls. Excuse me. That's a hint of what I was talking about. So, what did I think of this anime? Well, I liked it. It was okay. It was good. It kind of felt, I can't pinpoint exactly what, but it felt lacking in certain areas. I mean, that might be because it's an ecchi action anime, where the action. See here, I don't know how do I try this. The ecchi is a big major player. I'll explain why in a second. And the action is kind of major, but they try to make. But it seems like they try to make the action major, like the foremost thing, but it ends up being behind the ecchi. And I mean, the story's interesting, but it's just for some reason it just kind of falls a little flat. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad and not worth watching, because it is. Just be ready for, depending on which version you watch, it to be censored. And for it, I mean, to me, it kind of came across as, like I said, flat. There's like some parts. It seems like they could have done more with it, but they focused, but they had a goal. They say focused on the goal, and they didn't really include much. And there seemed to be always something else going on in the background. Like, not in the background of, like, the show, but, like, the background of the story. Like, you get snippets of somebody else doing something, and can't even put. It's just like, they never, wasn't really consistent, I guess. Like, in the second season, it's like, I wonder if they're gonna do a third season, because they kind of have stuff where, they kind of left some, kind of, probably, slightly revealed some stuff where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Huh? It's just like, we need more information, please. More information. Anyway. So yeah, the ecchi. It kind of... how do I explain this? When I first started watching the show, it had just been with airing, so it was, of course, censored. However, the episodes were like, see, how long were the episodes? See, it says here the episodes were like 23 minutes per episode. But the minute shows I was watching ended up being probably close to 21 minutes, somewhere around there. That's because the amount of stuff they had to just actually cut out of it online to keep it semi-friendly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even censored, it was still kind of erotic. Well, it kind of was. But it's not like they showed anything. They actually put stuff where stuff would. But it's like they actually cut minutes out of the film, out of the shows, to actually censor the fucker. And I didn't know this, because I was kind of like they put a stamp of like character over like, instead of doing like the unnatural rays of light, it's like that they actually put the stamp of a character over such if stuff is actually shown. Which I was like, okay, that's kind of annoying, but whatever. So a couple months go by, I go and try for the uncensored version, and god damn, that was a bit. Like they took out a bit where like it was erotic before, but then it just goes, oh, hello. Because basically, they mentioned in the first synopsis how Basra forms a master-servant pact with Mio. However, Maria, the succubus, she's a succubus. Think stereotypical legional succubus with edgy. That's what this fucker is. She's always trying to set stuff up. And even though they're not technically siblings, they try to go for the incest kind of vibe for this show. So, I mean, they're not siblings; they're just step siblings, kind of. But they definitely throw out the incest vibe. And using Maria's powers, she likes to trick them and try to get them to set up in certain situations. Mio and Basara, that is. She was telling them that she's going to use her powers and help Mio and Basara form a master-servant contract where Mio would be the master and Basara would be the servant. However, it was set up to where she set it up to where Basara was the master and Mio was the servant. And in a master-servant contract, whenever the servant disobeys the master, bad stuff happens, like usually death or something like that. But because of Maria using her succubus powers, she gets what's her reprimanded. Well, I guess reprimanded. I can't think of the right word right now, but by becoming extremely aroused, and then Basra having to calm her down by like doing stuff. You would almost think this is a porno by the way I'm describing this. And I told you, they cut out a few minutes, at least from like the first episode, from like the second episode or something, from some episodes, just to for the frick. That's what I'm talking about. That's how highly edgy. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a porno, sure. That's like we said, the edgy stuff is high in this show. And they know it, and they go for trying to make it the erotic. It's not like DxD. I keep on likening stuff back to DxD. That's the reason I can do. DxD, just like they show breasts all the time. It's edgy, but like they always laugh it off. It doesn't, even though you're watching that, you don't feel like it's anything wrong per se. And this one is just like, oh, here, let me just start massaging you. Let's have some fun with some syrup. Yes, some actual syrup, like maple syrup. That's like the second or third episode when the Master Servant Pact first activates. You understand where I'm going with this show now? Kind of. Anyway. Let me think. What else? I've talked a lot about the ecchi here, but yeah, the action's pretty good. Definitely, they had some good plot twists. I guess I wouldn't say plot twists, but it's like they had some interesting character backgrounds, but they always kind of alluded to some stuff. It's like they had a good thing of alluding to like some background throughout the episode, and like they'd find stuff out, and then kind of bring more stuff out. It's like second season kind of reveals maybe something about his mother, where it's just like, what's going on here? We need more information. But like I said earlier, the show kind of falls, other than the show seems to be trying to do too many things, and it comes across just a little bit flat. Because like there's not, what I mean is, it seems to jump straight from thing to thing to thing. There's no transitioning. There's not much transitioning. I guess that's where I'm coming with this. Like, you have this happening, then maybe just a slight something, but then something else happens, just a slight something, maybe then something else happens. I mean, if you're trying to go for action, I guess that's not bad, but it's like, maybe it's just me watching a lot of other stuff, but it's just like, I kind of like some transitions between some stuff. Not just like, here's your fight. Listen, here's your fight. Like, here's... It's kind of... Well, that's pretty much how we did. Was just like, fighting, edgy transition. Fighting, edgy transition. Fighting, edgy transition. I'm not lying. And then you also introduce... Not the fact that you also introduce another demon later on, who may or may not can't do edgy stuff, I can't remember. And then a friend of his who likes from the Hero Clan, Earl from the Hero Clan, who liked him. And there we go. Sorry about that. I got interrupted there by my little brother. And yeah, but there's also a girl from the Hero Clan who shows up from his past. She likes him. And then she, through progression, she comes and joins the household, lives with them. And she gets roped into doing some of this edgy stuff. So there's that. And then there's the girl's little sister, who kind of also likes Bossora a little bit, but I think she gets hooked in as well. But I think mainly Maria has a thing for her. So I don't know. Like I said, the show focuses action, edgy. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to see how it goes. I mean, I'm hoping I can get another season, because the way you end that doesn't really work when you kind of leave some stuff open like that. So I don't know. I'll have to see what the future brings, because as of now, there is no view of a second season. Well, hold on. Yeah, there's no second season. Let me see where the manga went to. Come on. That's the one I want. Yeah, and I need to do the... I'll try to do one tomorrow too, because I need to get stuff. I need to get these picked back up. See, adaptation. Yeah, as of now, there's no news for a second. Yeah, October 1st, 2012 when the manga started. And it's still ongoing, so... I don't know. I'm probably not going to go read the manga. But... the show is decent. It's mainly ecchi with action. If you're into that, go for it. If not, if you don't like highly ecchi stuff, I would not suggest watching this. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Like, it was decent, but like I said, it kind of fell a little flat because it didn't have too many, like, transitioning phases between stuff, because, like, major thing. It's like, it seemed to be comprised of just, like, two elements. And very little stuff in between. So, I don't know. Anyway. I guess I'll call this the end of the episode. So, my next episode shall be about my next video. Why do I keep saying fucking episode? Shall be about the anime Slayers. Now, this was a long one, lots of seasons, and it's been a while. It's been close to a year. It's been a while since I watched it, so it may be a little weird for me to try to review this now, but I'm not going to remember entirely what happened, but I'm going to try my best, and we'll see what goes from there. Hopefully it won't turn out to be a train wreck. I gotta get the other stuff done. But yeah, Slayers. That shall be next time. Anyway, I shall see you next time. Sayonara, nekos.